Hi, I'm Dave Morris from the Apupco Studios in Oklahoma City. It is Tuesday, May 11th, 2010. And Oklahoma Governor Brad Henry has declared a state of emergency in 56 counties. This after tornadoes and severe weather caused perhaps 7 deaths, numerous injuries, and a lot of destruction on Monday. Joining us now via Skype is Rick Smith. He's the warning coordination meteorologist for the National Weather Service in the Norman Forecast Office. Rick, thanks for your time today. A busy day for you yesterday.
Very busy into the evening, and lots of activity going on. Very, unfortunately, a tragic day for tornadoes here in Oklahoma.
And we're looking at the graphic that you've posted on the National Weather Service of the tornado tracks from the Kansas border all the way down to the Red River. Can you kind of recap for us what all we saw yesterday?
Well, when we talked yesterday, we talked at midday that we were growing increasingly concerned that we were going to see explosive development of these supercell thunderstorms producing tornadoes moving toward I-35 in the Oklahoma City metro close to rush hour. Unfortunately, we wish it didn't verify, but that did verify. That's exactly what happened. When the storms formed, they formed quickly, they moved quickly, and our first tornado of the day was up in far northern Oklahoma near the Kansas border. The last tornado of the day was probably down near the Red River, so literally border to border in the state. We don't know exact numbers of tornadoes, but probably close to a dozen tornadoes. We're investigating that today to learn more.
Chatting with Rick Smith via Skype from the National Weather Service. And Rick, what goes into the day after for you guys?
Well, the day after it's not as busy, but it's busy in a different way. We're actually collecting information. We got here early this morning, and we had teams of people assembling here to start to look at how many tornadoes we may have had and where we need to go survey damage. There's at least 5 or 6 teams of scientists out in the field today that are looking at where the tornadoes began, where they ended, how wide the tornado paths were, and also trying to get a sense for how strong the tornadoes were. We use the enhanced Fujita scale, looking at damage, analyzing what type of winds it might have taken to cause that damage. And hopefully later today we'll have a preliminary list of F-scale, EF-scale ratings for the tornadoes and a little bit better handle on the number. We had so many, it's going to take us a while to sift through all the data, though.
And perhaps we're not done yet, Rick. Can you talk about the weather that might be expected this afternoon and perhaps later this week?
Well, unfortunately in Oklahoma, the day after severe weather very often is a new severe weather day, and that's what it is here. We're dealing with the aftermath of yesterday, but forecasters are fully engaged on looking at what's going to happen today. We have several ingredients and variables that we're looking at for severe weather again today. It's not going to be as bad as it was yesterday, thankfully, but we do have some of the same ingredients. Very unstable air is spreading north and probably somewhere down in far southwest Oklahoma, maybe even North Texas, extending up into the central part of the state. We could see storms erupting late afternoon, early evening again today.
Rick, one final question for you. How important is it for you in the National Weather Service to have feedback via Twitter or any sort of feedback from readers and viewers and users of websites? And what would you use that information for, perhaps not just today, but down the road?
Part of the investigative effort that goes on here is sifting through blogs and websites and forums and chat rooms and things like that to get any piece of information we can. Tornadoes yesterday were fairly well documented, but we can never have enough pictures, enough video, enough images. Some of the pictures that we're seeing of the hail and more, for example, are just incredible. We collect all of that, and I challenge spotters all the time to try to give us too much information. We can never have too much information, and so pictures, videos, accounts, stories, anything like that, we're constantly looking for, whether we get it on Twitter or on our webpage or however, we need that information.
All right, Rick Smith from the National Weather Service. Sir, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, and more from the National Weather Service can be found on their website. That is weather.gov/Norman. They, of course, have the latest updates and the official forecast. Also, stay with newsok.com for the latest news and information, and be sure to download our Weather Watch app for your iPhone.